The volleyball, set, dig, and spike are the three skills that I have chosen to train for the 4-week program. The dig is a defensive move in volleyball and is used to prevent the opposition's attack. The setup should look like feet being shoulder width apart or greater. The body should be down in a squat position. Arms should be straight with palms facing the sky and thumbs together, ensuring the elbows remain locked when following through with the movement. The set is an overhead pass between team members and is usually the second contact with the ball. To complete the movement, hands are overhead forming a triangle with index fingers and the thumb. Elbows are slightly bent and the body position is underneath the ball with knees bent. Then extending the knees and the arms in sequence to project the ball upwards and towards the target. The spike is used to score a point by slamming the ball into the opponent's court. It involves the approach, which is taking steps towards the ball and jumping off both feet in an upward direction, and then the contact, which is connecting the hand with the ball on the top to push it downwards into the opponent's court. The arm should be straight and there should be a wrist snapping action to project the ball downwards. All three of the skills can be classified as gross as they require large body movement with multiple muscles involved. They are all a collection of separate movements performed in a sequence, therefore they can be considered serial skills. And finally, they are open as the environment is ever changing, such as the opponents and the ball direction. According to Gentile's two-dimensional taxonomy for skill classification, for all three skills, the action requirements include body transport and object manipulation. The conditions are always in motion and different each and every time. Therefore, all three skills scored 16 on the table. Pre-testing for the skill included the learner completing 10 attempts of each of the skills, whereby they were scored out of 10 for successful attempts. Pre-testing results were as follows.
The learner has demonstrated that she responds best to learning a skill when she is provided with a demonstration of the movement and she is able to practice the skill in real time. So therefore it is beneficial for training purposes to incorporate kinesthetic and visual aspects when coaching the skill to her.
For all of the three skills, the learner is in the cognitive stage of learning, and it is predicted that she will be somewhere between the associative stage and the autonomous stage by the end of the program. The structure of the first week of the training program is as follows. Week 1, the learner is practicing just the arm movement of the dig, ensuring the elbows remain locked and the wrists in the correct position, trying to dig the ball up to themselves. For setting, the learner is just throwing the ball up to themselves and trying to set with proper technique. To practice spiking in week 1, the ball is taken away and the learner is just jumping up, practicing the arm movement throwing down. The progressions for week 2 of the training program can be seen here. In week 2, the coach throws the ball to the learner and they perform the dig without worrying about direction, just proper technique. Similarly, with the set, the ball is thrown to the learner and they are just practicing the technique of setting the ball up and not worrying about the directional push. The ball is added in week 2 for practicing the spike. trying to replicate the movements practiced in week 1, jumping up and slamming the ball down. The same technique is repeated in week 3 of the program to further refine the movement. Progressions for the learner further into the associative stage in week 3 of the program are as follows. The coach continues to throw the ball to the learner, however this time in different directions, so the learner has to incorporate body movement when practicing the dig. The same technique is used when practicing the set, so the learner can begin to move around as if in a game setting. For week 4 of the program, the training for the volleyball set and dig remain the same. However, for the spike, the net is added in for variability. The learner will also participate in non-competitive game situations to practice their skills further. During the program, feedback was given throughout. Feedback was given on performance rather than outcome results, such as knowledge of limb movements. It was identified by Newell and Walter 1981 that this method was the best for skill learning. Various types of feedback were used, such as augmented, in the form of video replay of the learner performing the skills. Prescriptive feedback was used as studies suggest that it has a higher success when it comes to skill acquisition. The learner was told things such as, don't forget to keep your elbows locked as you follow through with the dig. At the program, the learner was given choices and reasons for task completion as it gives a sense of autonomy when learning. The focus was not on results but more the different effect that proper completion of the skill has. This was done in a positive and encouraging manner. To meet the attentional demands of the learner, the sessions were completed in a closed environment and the task was set at an achievable level. Only small meaningful cues were used each week as well. The learner set goals to keep accountable and have something to work towards, which is a key aspect in training of any specific skill. A retention test 1 week following the program was completed, whereby the learner showed that they were able to maintain their improved skill performance. A transfer test was also completed but showed no positive or negative results in the effect of skill level as she had not completed any sports with similar movements in the past. As the results show, it can be seen that the learner has progressed towards the autonomous stage of learning, as the skills become more automatic and they require less attention to be performed. There are few errors that occur, and when they do, the learner is often able to identify them themselves.